We are just growing like crazy and so excited that so many top producers are coming here and seeing the opportunity. And I just want to present this as, the ray of hope right now, right?
Welcome to the Million Dollar Magic Podcast, where Jennifer Jones talks to industry leaders in the real estate world and beyond. From scaling businesses to manifesting health, wealth, and happiness. It's time to unlock your next level of success.
Hi, everyone. It's Jennifer Jones here, and I wanted to talk today about why I left my previous brokerage and came over to LPT Canada, which a lot of you haven't heard about, as this is a newer brokerage into Canada, but not a new brokerage. They have 24,000 agents. Actually, they went from 10,000 to 24,000 agents literally in the past 18 months in the States. So we are having very quick growth in Canada, and I will show you why. So I think that if you consider the fact that on Toronto Real Estate Board, the largest board globally, so we went from 77,000 agents actually down to about 70,000 agents. In 2025, 90% of those agents did 0 to 4 deals. So the truth is that over the past 4 years, the economy's changed. It's changed in North America, it's changed globally. And things have just been a little more challenging in terms of real estate deals. So when I saw this model, I realized this would simply just be better for not only the agents on my team, but also the agents within our organization and the agents that really need help right now. They need the right training, they need access to leads, they need access to a model that gives them a little bit more flexibility and has less demands on their cash flow monthly. So LPT, you come in and you have two different models that you choose from. The lower tier model, which is the business builder, is 500 a deal to a 5,000 cap. So do 10 deals and you fully capped out at your 5,000. Then you have your brokerage partner model, and this is a 15,000 cap on an 80-20 split. So you pay 20% of each check until you hit 15,000. So in Toronto area, that's 4 deals approximately. And then you've capped out 100% and you now earn 100% of your money. So what is the difference between the two models? Well, the only reason you would be going into a brokerage partner model is if you're an agent who's doing 35 deals or more, because there's a benefit for that, or a team lead, or someone who wants to build passive income through bringing on and building a network of agents, helping mentor and loving and supporting them into success. And you are compensated in this model by doing that with some of the revenue that the agent makes, which is compensated from the brokerage side. Okay. So in the brokerage partner model at LPT, you actually get the rev share. Now, the business builder agents, the agents in the lower cap model, do pay into the rev share, but they don't benefit from this brokerage partner model of also collecting it. So again, differences, and there'd be different reasons that you would choose each model. So one of the things that we do have is a 275 brokerage fee per deal. And with this, for the listing side, we're just adding it into the listing commission. So, if you're a 5% commission plus a 275 brokerage fee, that would go into your listing agreement. And on the buy side, typically we're full commission. So we would just, absorb that. There is a low commission option, and that would be for something like a lease, where if you're doing a deal, let's say under $2,500, then you do an 80-20 split, pay $300 instead of paying the higher tier 500 if you're in the business builder. And this does not count towards your main cap, like core transactions that go towards your cap. And leases over $2,500 gross commission income, you would probably choose in the business builder, maybe to go up to the 500 a transaction, because in this model, at let's say 3,000 for a lease, you actually be paying $600. So it makes sense still to pay the transaction fee. So just figuring out the math on that. All right. So, why is this also awesome? Well, with this company, $0 sign-up fees, $0 monthly fees, right? And I always laugh. I was thinking about this the other day. The truth is, if you're a spouse of a realtor, then you would want to know what your realtor spouse was spending on monthly fees because, if you're with our previous company paying over $1,800 a year, then maybe that money would have been better spent like on a holiday, right? Maybe it would have been better spent on something that you were also interested in. So I think just paying attention to what that monthly fee is important. Now, what they do have is once you make money, then you pay an annual fee after your anniversary. So your anniversary date is when you first sign up with the company. So after your anniversary on your first deal, you pay $1,150. Now, what does that get you? Well, you get this incredible, amazing website that is branded to you. It is through Lofty. That is a CRM that holds all your clients. It's also a lead generation website. And for LPT Canada, the Lofty version is actually worth $2,000 more if you were with other companies that are using Lofty. So that you're getting the upgraded version of Lofty. Okay. And this is what I really love about this company is that until you make money, you don't pay them, right? Amazing. All right. And something really cool is that when you put up a listing with LPT, and this is exclusive to LPT, when you put it up for the cost of shipping, you get this amazing marketing box. And let me show you what is in it. Let's turn that down a little bit. So you can see here, they have a sign writer, and the sign writer has a text code. You have door hangers, you have brochures, you have big postcards. I think that's home buyer's workbook. We have all the door hangers, 75 that you'll take around to the neighbors. Thank you cards with the home on it. Business cards with the actual picture of the house on it that is your listing. Okay. So this is just a different way of marketing, and I think your sellers are going to be impressed. They call them the listing power pack, and these are the tools that you use to get that property sold. So super stoked about that. They also have a luxury collection. Now, LPT Luxury, you do not pay extra to use that brand. And there are luxury boxes that you can purchase, and we can go through those. Um, I think what's interesting is that when you purchase the boxes with LPT Luxury, you also get digital advertising, and it's utilizing AI. So it will get you, say, 10 to 20,000 impressions for your client. So it's going to push it out and use AI to target the right buyers based on maybe the special things about that property. So, maybe if you're up in an area where there was skiing, it's going to target people who like to ski, or if it was, had lakes, they're going to target people that like cottaging and boating. But I think the really interesting thing with this is that with the luxury boxes, some of them are set up so that let's say you didn't have the cash flow to purchase the luxury box, but you definitely want that kind of advertising for your client. Then what you can do is actually, instead of paying for it up front and getting the box mailed, you can defer the payment till closing. And once the property is sold, then you'll pay, it's about double. So it'll be more expensive than if you paid for it up front. But the bonus is if you don't sell it, you don't pay them anything. So again, until you make money, they don't make money. So it really is an industry leader in terms of the tech stack. So we have an LPT Connect backend. It's super easy, one login, and you can simply go in and access all the different things that you need to within a real estate company. You get, again, that second tier of listing power box, which is absolutely awesome. Everybody loves these. And you get that incredible upgraded version of Lofty, which is an amazing lead generation website and a CRM. It also has a back end with AI that has a chat bot that communicates with people to help you convert more clients so you can do more deals. Now, the only thing you do pay on this is a $99 setup fee for Lofty, but there's no monthly fees at all. If you do commercial, this is also a company for you. So what they do is if you're in the higher tier model of that $15,000 80/20 cap, you would pay the same thing on your commercial deal. You're going to pay an 80/20 split, and then there's going to be a 0.1% risk fee. So LPT carries additional insurance for commercial deals for their agents because those can be riskier transactions and tend to be a higher dollar value. So with business builders, which again is your lower tier model, you would do your 500 per deal, and then you would pay a 0.3% risk fee, right? So same kind of thing. All right. Something really cool about LPT is that there's no limit to personal transactions. So most real estate companies out there right now do have a limit. So I know with Keller Williams it was 2, with eXp Realty for us it was 3. We are unlimited with LPT. So if you're an agent that also has investment properties, this is the perfect company for you. All right. And this is the part that I love. So with every other company that you would be with, when you do a deal with an agent and they say, "Hey, how do you like the company?" And you love it. So you're like, "This is great. This is amazing." And they come over and they join you. Most companies give you nothing, right? They might give you a Starbucks card, a Tim Hortons card, a thank you, but that's all you're really going to get. Now, with Keller Williams, they have profit share. And so this is a small amount that you receive per transaction with those agents that you've attracted under you until they cap. And this was a very small amount of money. So the problem with the profit share was that the actual market center you were with had to be profitable in order to pay you profit share. Okay. So moving over to EXP, it was great. Your revenue share is amazing. It was based on revenue. So the same way that EXP would take 50% of the company dollar and share it back with the agents, LPT is doing the same thing. The way that it's different is that LPT is taking 50% of the company dollar and they are taking it from both models, so the lower tier model and the higher tier model, and they're sharing it back with only the higher tier model because those agents have chosen to be in that brokerage partner model. They've agreed to pay more cap, and essentially they're more focused, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them would be more focused on attracting agents into the company, helping to build training programs, helping to, teach these agents how to fish, helping them be successful. And so just those agents within the company are compensated. Now, same thing, 7-level structure. You have all your maximum rewards here, but obviously with the stats right now, LPT has about 70% of their American population that chose the lower tier model, which makes sense based on the market. And only about 30% were in the higher tier model. So we're seeing that kind of trend continuing with the signups now with Canada. And what this tells us is that 70% of the agents, maybe like you, they don't care about rev share. They don't care about bringing agents on and helping other agents. What they're focused on is, how do I do better? How do I get my business going? How do I improve my career in real estate? And so by the rest of us that are in the brokerage model being focused on how do we help you do better, right? We only win when you win. So that's how the compensation works with that. Something really cool though is that when you are even in the lower tier model, if you attracted an agent under you, someone wanted to join you, and they do their first deal, you still earn 60 equity shares when they do that first deal. If you were part of the brokerage builder model, that higher tier model of a 15,000 cap, then you would earn 120 equity shares based on when that agent does their first deal. So very exciting stuff. All right. We have all the sponsorship levels here of what they're paid out. It's very transparent. and to directly unlock all 7 levels to earn revenue share, because as you bring on agents, they bring on agents and they bring on agents. And to unlock the 7th level, you need 15 agents in your front line. There has been a change that has come into place. These tier requirements have been extended to March 31st, 2026. So, what is the benefit, right, of joining before a company goes public? So, when I joined EXP, it was already a public company, already publicly traded. And a lot of the people who did very well early, they did well because they got in before the company actually went public. So LPT is planning to go public in the fall on the NASDAQ. They have been invited on the NASDAQ. And this is the time where agents can actually make quite a bit of money. So by getting in and getting your equity shares on your awards and getting equity shares on attracting other agents into the company and potentially, purchasing or trading off some of the commission as we get closer towards equity shares, if that's something that's offered, then you have the ability to take those equity shares that now get multiplied by the dollar value of the stock as it rolls out of the gate. So there's a lot of potential here to make a lot of money. You may not care, it may just be bonus money. That's awesome, right? It's whatever is interesting for someone. All right. So the Achievement and Performance Awards. LPT has different levels of awards. The first one is a white badge. You do one deal and you also get 100 baseline equity shares plus an award multiplier, which I'll show you in a minute. The second level is 3 transactions. That's silver badge. That is 100 baseline equity shares again. Then we have the gold badge, and that's 15 transactions, 800 baseline equity shares, and that is also times your award multiplier. The really cool one, and again, we talked about why would someone choose that 15,000 cap model other than if they're an attractor? Well, if they're a producer of 35 deals or more, so it could be a team lead, a really strong producer, this is why someone for like me who would have iconed every year at EXP, why I would be interested in this company. So at 35 transactions, your elite producer status, you earn 2,000 equity shares times your plan multiplier, plus you get $15,000 back when you show that you spent 15,000 to do the 35 deals, which is so easy when you look at your photography, your videography, your marketing, your ad spend, your signage, there's so many things. Easy to get to 15,000. So they take that 15,000 that you just showed them and they give it back to you with whatever products they have with LPT. Now, they're bringing direct mail to LPT for Canada. So that means that you're going to be able to use that 15,000 spend towards farming an area, doing just listed, just sold, whatever you want to do in terms of marketing. But the really cool thing is in the interim, while they don't have the direct mail here in Canada, you're going to be able to take that 15,000 and with approval, put up a billboard, wrap a bus, do some benches, just different types of marketing that showcase you as the agent and also showcase the brand. So with EXP, we would get stock. So we would immediately upon icon, fulfilling all of our requirements that we had on the cultural side of giving back, we would receive 8,000 in stock that we could cash out right away. And we had to still attend events in order to get that stock. Okay. So to get that stock, I have to attend events. I now need to buy airline tickets, hotels, food, entertainment, all of those things, right? So I'm spending a good portion of that, those equity stock, not equity shares, but stock that I would have cashed out. The other 8,000 that I would have to vest over 3 years. So that's great if the stock is going up, but the stock has been trending down. We hit a low I think yesterday of $6 and something. It's just popped back up to 7 with the XPI. So my plan for the money staying at this level and the value being here over the next couple of years isn't necessarily going to be there, especially if the stock price is coming down, which is what has been happening. So, I would rather have a bird in the hand, if you've heard that saying before. I would rather have that marketing budget to spend rather than be waiting on some money that I may get out of it if everything keeps going well, if that makes any sense. Okay. So the LPT luxury brand, we're running a ton of trainings on this. We have special websites that we have created in Canada that are branded to each individual agent that wants to sell luxury. Super easy. And it has a unique value proposition, which we have in the website. And that is a seller facing site that you would brand to yourself. We change the front picture of the house, the address, and you would take it to the client and show them, along with the luxury box, what the difference is in terms of the value proposition. That's something that we actually train you on, which is really cool because you don't have to spend extra for that brand. This just goes through some of the marketing that you could be doing with that $15,000 budget. Another thing that I'm really excited about is the fact that with LPT, there are no silos. So with other companies that have revenue share, what you typically get is, a group over here, a group over there, a group over here, a group over there. And if you don't join them, you don't have access to their training. You may get access, but you have to pay. So what we did, because LPT has this culture of when you come here, there are no silos. What is offered to one must be offered to all. I love that. If anyone, has had any experience with me before, I'm big on collaboration. I'm big on bringing people in and pouring into others without expectation of return. And this community is exactly that. I feel like this is a very good fit for me as a company. So what we've done is created top level Canadian training. So we have a WhatsApp group for all our LPT Canada agents to communicate in, with each province having their own WhatsApp group with their brokers in it. Then we have the LPT school, and that has all the trainings on it. So there's a calendar, you just click the link, and it has all the trainings for that day. We run trainings like 0 to 14 deals, 15 plus, building teams, attracting agents, taking care of your organization. We have live attraction calls. We have the luxury training. We have 5 lofty trainings every single week, and a couple of those are on how to set up, and a couple of them are on lead generation and how agents are winning using this lofty CRM to get leads and do deals. We have some Ontario meetings, there'll be other provincial meetings that are popping into that group. But these are the top teams, the top agents, rookies that, what amazing guy, Jerry. He did 48 deals last year on his own in his second year of real estate in Ontario in a down market. This guy is just amazing. And we have so many of these agents. So being able to take these agents and put them in and help them teach other agents how they had this quick success, we are going to do nothing but grow other agents right now. We are going to help them learn. We're going to help them lead generate. We're going to help them convert, and we're going to help them do deals. This is going to be a very highly productive Canadian brokerage. So super stoked. We even have a live dial training. We have script and role play. And we are doing a ton of live events across Canada. And so the first one right now for myself, we're booked May 27th, just north of Toronto. We have the number one communication expert in the world for 2025, Mark Bowden, who we paid to come and speak at that event. We also have, he's a financial analyst, number stats guy for real estate, and he's being sponsored. He's a $5,000 speaking fee. He is also coming to speak at that event. And we're going to have some panels, and the CEO of LPT, Michael Valdez, the absolute light in a room. I mean, he is just magic. And he is coming to speak also. So this is going to be an absolutely unbelievable event. Now, super exciting, only till March 31st of this year. When you join LPT under Canada's Early Adopters Package, you actually get a 40% multiplier. So a 40% increase on achievement and sponsorship awards. So to give you the example, if you were a brokerage partner and you had 100 shares, you now have 140 shares, and this is forever. When you join with this company, you get that multiplier forever. If you were a business builder and you had 50 shares you earned, that would be worth 70 shares, right? So this is super, super exciting. And I think the opportunity right now, there's a couple of provinces that are not yet open that will be. We are opening Newfoundland and Nova Scotia coming up. Quebec's opening in about 2 to 3 months. And then we'll move into the Yukon and the other remaining provinces. We are already open across most of them. We are just growing like crazy and so excited that so many top producers are coming here and seeing the opportunity. And I just want to present this as, the ray of hope right now, right? Things are going to turn around. The real estate is cyclical. We can show the stats from, 2010 on the Toronto Real Estate Board to where we are now. It's just a trend that has these, that 7-year runs and then a correction and another run and a correction. So we're going to continue going up. This is just a momentary pause, but we want to help you learn how to sell more real estate. We want to bring you into our top producing community. We want you to be a part of this. And, we really feel we're building something special. So if this is something that you think, I would like to take a closer look, then book in with me and we will meet on Zoom. We may meet in person and we can go through everything together. And I just am super stoked about this. So thanks everyone for listening, and I can't wait to meet you.